Now, fair warning, I was an Easton High School graduate, so I recognize that's a strike against me right away. But, as you heard, I taught math here. I married a North Carolina alum, and I can always hear the Bulldog Band in my backyard in Greensboro on Friday nights, so hopefully you'll let me stay. But you might still be wondering, why is an Easton High warrior and somebody who wrote a book about a fictional TV show, Ted Lasso, giving her graduation address? Fair question. Here's the quick version. In less time than it took you all to get through high school, my business partner and I started, scaled, and sold a software company. People kept asking us how a team of 7 people and no budget turned an idea into a multi-million-dollar company in only 3 years. Here's the answer. We helped others become the best version of themselves, just like Ted Lasso. That's it. So we wrote the book, Lead It Like Lasso, and started traveling around the country, talking to schools, companies, and teams about the importance of character and leadership. And because of this, we talk on a lot of podcasts and a lot of stages, and we've met some really cool people. But we consider ourselves leadership geeks, not gurus. So in our conversations, we ask a lot of questions, and we ask folks what it takes to be successful in life. And here's what we've learned. The most successful people in life, whether they know it or not, run their lives like a business. Now, some of you are thinking, I'm not going into the business world. That doesn't matter. I'm not talking about the job you do. I'm talking about the business of you. That's actually the title of our next book, The Business of You. So whether you're heading to college, to work, to the military, or you're just heading to figure it out, if you want to be successful in life, you need to run your life like a business. So congratulations. You thought you were here just to graduate, and now you've been promoted to the CEO of You Incorporated. But wait, there's more. As the CEO, your reward for good work is more good work. You're now in charge of HR, marketing, sales, finance, all the org chart. Now, I could talk for days on this. I have written a book on it, but lucky for you, Lori Engel told me there are 274 of you that want to get out of here tonight. So instead of hundreds of tips or even a top 10 list, I'm going to share with you 6 things to think about as you run the department of You Incorporated. So first up, first department in any company is HR. That's human resources. They're the people who fire people and hire people. They fire them if they don't show up. So show up for class, for your family, for others, for yourself. Don't wait for life to pick you. You're not a raffle ticket. Show up like you belong, even if your voice cracks a little while you're doing it. Next department, marketing. Now, I don't know when I was in high school if I would have known what marketing was. TikTok, Instagram, and influencers were definitely not a thing back then. But I think now we all know how businesses are trying to get everyone's attention. Marketing is how people learn your story and who you are. It's your reputation. It's how you show up online, in that last TikTok. It's how you show up in an interview, and it's how you show up in someone's memory. So, think about this. Millions of folks watch the Super Bowl each year, but what do they remember? The commercials, right? That's marketing. It's storytelling that sticks. So what story are you telling? If your friend was going to describe you to someone else, what would they say? Would they talk about your grades? Would they talk about your job? Or would they talk about the kind of friend you are? How you show up? How you treat other people? Because that's your real story. So think about what you want to show and tell the world and show up as that person. Now, our third department is the finance department. These are the money people, and all these folks around here can confirm this. It is going to take money to keep the business of you running. You people are expensive. So pick a day, tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, when you are paying all the bills for your own business. You all are welcome for that. And here's something else to consider. Would you invest in you? Would you bet on your habits, your effort, and your follow-through to keep the business of you running. Because finance isn't just about money. It's about how you invest your time, so spend your money and time wisely. Now in January, we were at a TV production studio and the speaker was talking about product and operation departments. We were talking to him about the business of you, and he shared this perspective. As COO, or Chief Operations Officer, you're in charge of keeping your business running smoothly. So here's the question he asked. When are you open for business? If you're rolling out of bed at 11 a.m. and hitting snooze on your life, your stock just took a nosedive. And then there's the question of what kind of business are you in anyway? I think you should all be in the shipping business. Now, I don't mean Amazon, maybe, they are hiring, but I mean build friendships and relationships because they lead to partnerships and mentorships. And that can get you internships and apprenticeships. And that will get you noticed by leadership. So yeah, be in the shipping business. Department 5, only 2 more to go for keeping count. Every business has a sales team. Why? Because no matter how good your product is, if no one knows about it or believes in it, it's not going anywhere. Sales is how we connect, persuade, and build trust. So in the business of you, this just means connecting with people. Some of you are extroverts, chatty, fearless, and ready for a big event. You know who you are. Others, you've got the superpowers of an introvert, quiet strength, deep focus, and Jedi-like observation skills. Both are powerful. But here's the thing, no matter where you are on that personality spectrum, you've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Learn to do awkward things. Talk to adults. Look them in the eye. Ask for help, but schedule your own dentist appointment. Say thank you in person, and please learn to apologize without giving an entire TED Talk. People don't buy resumes. They buy reliability, curiosity, and effort. Your resume might get you in the room, but it's your character that keeps you there. So doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. You're either compounding your character or selling it out for short-term likes. And my favorite department, customer success. In a business, this is all about what it feels like to work with you. So, how do people feel when they're working with your business? Do they feel seen and heard, or like they've been sent directly to voicemail again? Who you are matters way more than what you do. So build an identity that goes beyond your GPA, your sports chat, or your group stats. Harvard Business Review found that the #1 predictor of leadership success is self-awareness. So as you think about the business of you, know who you are and know how you show up for other people. The beauty of being the CEO of your own business is you get to decide where you're heading. And because you made it here to graduation, you have all of these folks and your teachers to thank for giving you the tools to keep you learning, which is critical. If you aren't learning, your business won't be growing. And as your own chief financial officer, you are not going to appreciate that. As Ted Lasso famously said, be curious, not judgmental. Seriously, try to learn, understand, and listen more than you criticize. Curiosity changes people and it opens doors. Learning is not just school, it's a strategy for a successful life. So today, just as you think you're finished with school and learning, you find out you've become the CEO of You Incorporated. But the good news is you don't have to do it alone. Every great business has a board of advisors or support network, or as some of us like to say, diamond dogs, or maybe even diamond bulldogs. So find your people, the ones who push you, support you, and tell you the truth when you need to hear it most. You'll need people to believe in you before you believe in yourself. So don't you dare settle for fine. You Incorporated won't always be profitable, but that doesn't mean the company isn't worth investing in. Keep showing up, because the most important project you will ever work on is you. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are the CEO of You Incorporated, and we are all looking forward to doing business with you.